Good morning, and this is going to be your audio and visual lecture for Brandon. And this particular piece, I'm going to show you how to build a character layout and a storyboard. I'm using Flash currently, and Flash is really good for building these sorts of things using the various tools built in. I've opened up Flash. I'm just going to ask you to make a new document if you have Flash. This HTML5 canvas size should be adequate, so go ahead and click OK. And so with this set, you'll see that you have a series of tools down the toolbar here. I like to use the brush, and you have to turn on touch sensitivity and tilt on here. Also, if you use this primary brush, you're going to want to enlarge it a little bit to about that size, just so that you have something that has a rounded tip. We'll probably use Flash for this class just because it has a really useful timeline down here. Okay, so let's take a look in here and go to our view. In view, you'll see here it's snapping that some of these may be turned on. You might have something like snap to guides or something turned on. You want to go into snapping and turn all of these off. And so now that this is set up, I have red, doesn't really matter what I use. I'm going to show an example of what's considered a storyboard. Right, a storyboard is a comic strip, more or less, that you can use to describe what you're working on. I'm going to go ahead and make another layer so I don't mess with that. So a storyboard, let's say, of a guy sitting at a desk would look like this. You would, have your guy kind of sitting there looking bored, and you would want it fairly descriptive. Have your guy maybe holding a pencil or something, and the desk would be in front of him. He would be sitting. Probably show a little bit about this in the background. Accuracy in a storyboard isn't super important, but I am trying to give a feeling of perspective. Like you see, like this is about the eye level here. On both sides of this, give you an idea of where this is. And a storyboard typically is going to need some additional things, like if there's another student, you're going to give an indication of them. Make this one left-handed, just for some variety. And you can see the eye level for both of them is roughly the same. It would cut them off in the same spot. Give this guy a little more detail. A lot of times they'll do something fun like this, like put in a clock or something. It's going to be a prop that he looks at later on. Maybe a window here. So just some indication of the background. And this would be your storyboard. Now you see your storyboard is like it's a comic. It's obvious. Has a background. Gonna abbreviate that to BG. So storyboard has all of these things going for it. Now let's move on to insert a blank keyframe here. Unlock this.